Welcome back, Truth Seeker. A big viral story is that Pope Francis is opening 5 portals starting on Christmas Eve. And day by day, he will open portals until the 5th portal is opened on the 5th of January, 2025. And this is something the Catholic Church used to do every 100 years, but more recently they began doing every 25 years. So how fitting that the last door will be opened at the start of 25. The square root of 25 is 5. On the 5th day of 2025, the 5th portal will be opened. And if you look at what the portals are, they're doors. They're symbolic doors. And you can see the New York Post headline says, Pope Francis to open 5 sacred portals on Christmas Eve for a ritual that's never been done before. In Gematria, portals not portals, but Pope equates to 25, as does Vatican. And you might recall last year, or really earlier this year, we had the first ever Super Bowl on the Vatican's birthday. That was Super Bowl 58. The Chiefs won that Super Bowl over the 49ers 25-22. Again, 25 points in the winning score in the Super Bowl, and the first ever one on the Vatican's birthday. In Gematria, Pope and Vatican both equate to 25, and you get those numerical values by just taking the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z, the 26 letter is 26, and applying numerology to each letter. So you can see that P is worth 7. That's because P is the 16th letter of the alphabetic order. The numerology is 16 is 1 plus 6 is 7. O is the 15th letter. The numerology of 15 is 1 plus 5 is 6. So Pope and Vatican, using this cipher, both break down to 25. What you do forward, you can also do in reverse. Again, this is an occult principle. Aleister Crowley made this famous. Aleister Crowley wrote a lot of books about the occult, including Gematria, the practice of quoting numbers into words. And he said as well, what you do forward, you must do in reverse. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology applied, time equates to 25. And this is a ritual in time done every 25 years where the church opens 5 portals. But again, what's new about this one is they are opening a prison door. They've never opened a prison door before. And who is Mr. 25 that just evaded prison only to end up back in the White House, as we told you would happen all along because it was one big scripted joke? Again, the same guy who's been synced with the Pope since he started running for office in 2015, as we've also been covering. And notice, in Gematria, Trump equates to 25. If you do not apply numerology, Trump equates to 88. And I forgot to put it up here, but portals also equates to 88. And the Pope is doing this right after turning 88 years old. And don't forget, in Washington, D.C., the Electoral College confirmed Trump on the Pope's 88th birthday. Again, it goes with all the Roman architecture and the Holy Roman Empire being alive and well in the Roman Catholic Church. And again, if you missed my coverage of the Electoral College voting to confirm Trump on the Pope's 88th birthday, we talked about how it was 34 days before Inauguration Day and where that fits in with Francis. And we talked about Trump announcing his 25% tariffs on the 25th of November, and et cetera, et cetera. Notice also, if you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Vatican's 47, like Francis, like Trump. Remember, the score in the Super Bowl on the Vatican's birthday was 25-22, 47 points. But yes, this is what's different about this one, that the Pope is opening a portal to a prison. And the name of that prison is right here. It almost looks like, you just look at the word, it kind of reminds you of Republican, doesn't it? Rebabia. For the Democratic Republic. And the latest Jesuit stooge in the Oval Office. But notice the Gematria Rebabia, 48 and 60. Just like Donald Trump is 48 and 60, like indictments 48 and 60, like Alvin Bragg is 48 and 60, and the braggart beat Alvin Bragg in the trial by the numbers that ended 45 days after it began, as Stormy Daniels took the stand 45 days from her 45th birthday, et cetera, et cetera. And not to mention Juan Merchant equals 45 in Gematria. That was the judge. But yeah, if you're new here, the four base ciphers of the English language are the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology applied. Again, you learn this code, you just see through the jokes every day. And remember, Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope. Pope Francis in Gematria equals 58, like Trump won the 58th election synced with the Pope. Pope Francis became a Jesuit again in 1958. Super Bowl 58 was the first one on the Vatican's birthday. But yeah, from rigged Super Bowls to rigged selections, again, all things do evolve around the Pope. We're on a calendar that is named after the Pope. You don't apply numerology, Pope equals 52, like the 52 weeks in the calendar year. So, yeah, a lot of people have asked me to cover this. I think the real thing here, if you read the articles, is, again, what made this ritual unique, just as the New York Post pointed out, for a ritual that's never been seen before, what made this one unique is, again, the Pope had never opened a prison door before. And that's what was going on a little more than a year ago. Oh my God, is Trump going to go to prison? Like we were telling you, fat chance, very high chance he ends up back in the Oval Office, more polarizing than ever because people are going to be looking at him as the felon in chief. And that's how the country's looking at it. Like half the country thinks it's absolutely insane. The proud pussy grabber who wants to have sex with his own daughter, who's now a felon, who's the president of the United States. Again, this is how they achieve it. United we stand, divided we fall. And these people know how to rig the game just right to make people more divided than ever. And the Pope in his little costume, fooling all the sheep, performing his rituals to add to the mockery. Again, look up what the original definition of Jesuitism was when dictionaries were first published. Trickery and deception. Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope. Donald Trump, Jesuit educated at Fordham. A lot of the sheep falling for him. A lot of Christian flock thinking God reappointed him when he runs on MAGA, the highest degree of the Church of Satan. And again, that's not an accident. Just like it's not an accident that Obama joked that Trump would become number 45 on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan, 45 days before Trump's birthday. Go back and watch. It was the White House Correspondents' Dinner, April 30th, 2011. See my work on how Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, died synced with the Pope at the time, Pope John Paul II. Jesuit fingerprints all over it. And go back and revisit how Pope John Paul II became the Pope. What happened to the 33-day Pope who went to bed on the Vatican's, or not the Vatican, but the Jesuit order's birthday and never woke up again? Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. And until next time.